If you're ready, here we go.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Technical difficulties once again, but nonetheless we're back a little bit late, but I'm sitting here trying to make stuff work. It's not working. I finally get it to work. Oh gosh. Alright, we're back. These book clubs, man. It's like 1 week I'm good, next week I'm not good, 1 week I'm good, next week I'm not good. I've fallen off my schedule. It's just all over the place. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm supposed to be fostering this book club community, and I'm the one that never keeps up with it. It's terrible. Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here, we're back. A week hiatus, and it took me a minute to even read anything. Like, I'm like so just like not out of it, but it's just like there's certain things, it's just there's been so much happening on certain days, and it's just I don't get a chance to read and everything. It's a drag. It's a drag for sure, and things are only going to get more stressful, if that's right. What's up, Draconic? Congratulations again. I finally get to vocalize that and not just through text. Congratulations. We're here. We're gonna knock through our 3 subjects. Hopefully we won't take too long. I feel like I don't have much to say about these chapters. There wasn't really anything like last time we met up that I felt compelled to babble about for a long time. So we could just hop straight into this, I think. We're going to start off with Bastard. Ta-da! I don't care. I'm just going to let stuff play. Now, there is these 10 chapters for... Wow, where'd this come from? Excuse me, sorry. These 10 chapters for Bastard were they were pretty crazy. Like it was like, and I can't even say like peaks and valleys. It was more so just like adrenaline, and then it slowed down a little bit, and then it started to pick up again right at the end, and it's just like it ended on like a cliffhanger again. But just starting off in general, just the whole first, because it's been 2 weeks since I read Bastard, I was trying to like figure out where I needed to be, and I think the last time that we got together and read for Bastard, I read an extra chapter. So I started off, I'm like, I need to figure out where I am. I start reading, I'm like, I read this already, and then I'm like, wait, did I accidentally read too much last time? And I did. So I think I read 1 chapter over. So I reread 51 and then kept going, and it was like the climax of, it's terrible. I don't even remember what the chick's name is that worked at the convenience store. Not our main girl, but the other girl, the serial killer girl. I don't even remember her name, but it was still continuing off of her conversation with Jin's dad about shame on me. It was picking. It's still continuing that conversation about how, like, he ethered her, but how she was gonna kill the girl. He was like, you better not kill the girl, but then she already had someone protecting her anyways. And I think he was kind of, like, now that I get to the end of the 50, I'm jumping way ahead of myself and completely cut my chain of thought off. But he tells the killer lady that Kun has a white knight that'll be protecting her. And in hindsight, you kind of can understand why he would say that, because it's like, I think he's capable of killing his son if he really wanted to, even though he's tried and failed before. But to provoke another killer to kill his kid so that he could just be over and done with him, I'm like, that's a pretty, like, not bad idea for someone that's really scummy. But yeah, I was like, wow, okay, I can see that. But it picks up with that. Kun gets kidnapped. Jin, this is where I'm like, Jin's a Muppet. He calls Kun's phone. Phone rings. He runs over to it. And gets mopped in. He gets mopped in the head and dragged off. I'm just like, oh, Jin. But then endorsing child murder. Not me at all. Well, he's a serial killer. It's a serial killer telling another serial killer to kill the serial killer's son. I'm not endorsing it. It's just a smart idea because he wants to get rid of his son, I think. So it's not a bad idea. But yeah, I'm not recapping this. I'm not recapping these chapters. My points that I really wanted to talk about was how serial killer lady was so like in her head that Jin really tried to like almost big brain say like, yeah, like, you're not bad looking, you're not the prettiest, but you don't dress up, you don't do these things, because that's what provokes her. Like, pretty girls provokes her. It pisses her off. That was her key phrase. You piss me off because you look good. And it's just like, wow, like, that's a very petty reason to be killing people, just straight up murdering them for no reason, just because they're pretty. But he kind of like flips that on her, and he's like, yeah, before you kill me, like, we should do it, because you're not that bad and you could show me something. And it's just like, well, okay, Jin, I can't believe you're pulling this out of left field. But then she called his bluff. But then, like, upon her calling his bluff, he already had like broke out of his restraints. He's gonna kill it. It was getting crazy. But say all of this to say, when he got into the driver's seat and he decked her, I think we went past the pin already. He decked her. He did he mopped her, got the hammer, and he's about to end her. He's about to do it, and he's just like going straight killer vibe. Like, he's going straight into that mode. They had a couple of panels where he looked almost identical to his dad, and it's just like, oof, the killer gene is in there. He's already done it, or he's already been accessory to it. But it's like the killer gene is in there, and Kun's like giving him the look like, don't do it. And I'm just like, sorry, Kun, I would have, but it works out better for him. He doesn't do it. She gets put in jail. He's not deemed a murderer. All this good stuff. So point one was just to talk about that, because that stuff was really crazy. Point two is the people that hang out with Manny, like these, oh gosh, these bully characters, these bully guys are trash. So last grouping, we know that Manny, him and his family were going on a trip, and they got ran off the road by Jin's dad. Why did they get run off the road by Jin's dad? Maybe because of Jin's relationship with Manny, he decided to kill him. And he's a competitor too, but mainly because of Jin's relationship with Manny. And he ran them off the road, purposefully rigged their car to blow up, like rigged it to blow up so that almost all of them die. And Manny is now a paraplegic. He has no legs. So he goes back to school, and the bully guys that were like, that Manny had some runs in with before, like that same crowd, walk up on him, no legs, mind you, and start beating him up. I'm like, is this real? Like, could this happen? I'm like, yeah, it could happen. But like, he's fresh off of like losing his legs, his parents, and his sisters in like in a coma, and they just walked up and start beating him up. I'm like, that's kind of wrong. But then what kind of bully are you that the guy with no legs starts beating the hell out of you? You're trash. Absolute trash. I can't believe that you would let that happen. You would let you would let the guy with no legs. How it was is because he was sitting on something, and I'm not giving the full scene. So he was sitting up on something. I think the panel will show up in a second. He was sitting up on something, and main character Jin was standing next to him. The bullies came up, hit him in the gut, all this stuff, and then Jin hopped in the way. So the guy hems Jin up, and he has his back turned to Manny, and he's got him up. He's like blah 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 blah, and then Manny grabbed his hair and just and they started to get it in. I think they eventually lost that battle. But it was just like, how do you let yourself get caught off guard by the dude with no legs? How do you let that happen? Did I not save that panel? Hold on. I think that panel should be in here. I'm like, how do you let that happen? You're not aware? It's like, just because Manny lost his legs doesn't mean Manny's gonna be like a pushover. Like, that jungle was funny. He was like, I was like, oh, sick. I was like, how you let the guy with no legs get the drop on you? That was great. That was really great. I loved it. It was funny. I got a good laugh out of it. There he is, right there on the screen. He was sitting up like that. I didn't get any of the other panels, but he was sitting up like that. The guy came up, gut checked him, and then Jin hopped in the way, and the guy turned his back to Manny. So then Manny grabbed him. Oh, I did get it. Yeah. He grabbed him and decked him. And I don't think I got the aftermath. But they just start scrapping. I think they end up getting maybe stomped out, possibly. It got off screened. But if anything, he should become even stronger. Yeah. It's funny. It's really funny. I got a really good laugh. And then my last point I wanted to talk about with Bastard is what is Jin gonna do? Jin successfully thwarted a serial killer from killing the girl that he likes and him. I can't say that he's become closer with Manny because the dad has planted the thought of Jin being psychologically gone. Like, he's not all the way there. So Manny's like second guessing him. Like, Manny's like split 50-50. Manny's like, what the dad is saying, like, Jin's crazy and he's delusional. He's like, it makes sense. But he's like, this kid is my friend and I really believe him. So he's like, dude, is there any evidence that you could possibly get on your dad if he really is a murderer? And Jin's like, if I turn my dad in, I have to turn myself in too, because every person he's killed, I've been an accomplice to it. It's just like, unfortunately, Jin I don't think he'd just be able to be free. I don't think that's possible because he is integral in getting these girls into the apartment and having a hand in killing them. He usually lands the first blow and then dad takes them away. It's off five in. So it's like he can't turn the dad in, because like if the dad does get brought into custody and does get charged, all he has to do is say, my son was helping me too, XYZ, this, that, and then they're gonna bring Jin in. And then they're going to do forensics and all this stuff, and they're going to be able to figure it out, like that Jin was a part of it. So it's like, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I didn't do that. Oh, I'm a Muppet. Hold on. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I feel like the only way to truly get out of this without going to jail or some sort of like institution would be to kill your dad. I feel like that's the only way out. But I don't see any possible way that Jin would. I don't know. How does that work? Like, if you're an accomplice, you definitely go away. Even if you were a child of the accomplice, like, it's like, yes, you were being coerced and you were being told to do this, but you still got he would still go. He would still go. So it's just like he either just accepts it, goes to jail, and he just can live with the fact that dad's in jail too, but I'm in jail as well. He either lives with that, or we just got to kill dad. That's it. Yeah, it's like kill the dad, but once But once the dad gets killed or something, it's just at that point it's a tough thing, because at that point, how do you not, especially if it was like the dad tried to kill Jin, and it's like if the dad tried to kill Jin and Jin got it to be in self-defense and killed his dad, there's going to be an investigation. And upon there being an investigation, they're going to search their apartment. They're going to find all this stuff, and then it's going to unravel that, holy crap, maybe these individuals might in fact be a part of the missing women that have been happening all over the city. So it's just like I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. I'm really interested to see how this goes. But that's all I got for Bastard. I'm gonna hit that. We do the beginning after the end next. All right, yeah. So the beginning after the end, we're caught up. Well, I'm finally caught up. Because I missed last week, I got to read 2 chapters, and yeah, this chapter was mostly just like, what is it? It's serotonin, and then it's the other one. What's the one that makes you happy? Or it's the one that like amps you up. Which one is that? Not adrenaline. Endorphins? I don't remember which chemical that releases in your brain. But that's all this chapter was. It was just me towards the back end of the chapter, just like, oh my god, going crazy. That's what it was. Because the scum got what they deserved. They possibly deserved what Lucas got, but they're not on this plane of existence anymore. So I'm happy. But yeah, these 2 chapters, I should say, when it started off, when you were looking at the castle and all of that stuff, I didn't know what I was looking at. At first off, I thought it possibly could have been Elijah. I thought we could have cut over to Elijah, like being transported to wherever what is it called? Alacra. How do you pronounce it? Alacrya. Alacra. I think it's Alacra. I was thinking it was Elijah possibly being in Alacra. I'm butchering that. I'm sorry. But yeah, but when we saw the heads, when we saw the back of the heads, I was like, oh gosh, it completely messed me up. It really messed me up. Am I gonna hit my points, or am I just gonna babble? Am I gonna hit my points, or I'm gonna hit my points. I'm gonna hit my points. The things I want to talk about was just the proceedings of Cynthia and Art's decisions on what they were gonna do. I don't like it. I'm injecting myself into the story. I don't like it, like, for these to be happening. Like, I like it as writing, but I don't like it because of what's happening to the characters I like. When you get to that panel where they're like, public execution for Cynthia, like, my heart sank. I'm like, really? I'm like, we still don't even know, like, 100% what she was involved in, and she's gonna get executed before we possibly get any answers. Like, they're really gonna scapegoat her. Like, like, that one hurt. The Grey Sunders deserved everything they got in this. Deserved everything they got. Like, the king, trash, man. Completely trash. Completely. Before I get there, I have to talk about Arts, where they because they need to keep him alive. But still, public execution, it hurt. It hurt. But whenever Art goes up, and it's then told to us that we've had it confirmed, speak English, that Art is going to be delivered to I'm gonna go into the Discord. I wrote his name down. Sparky Boom Man. Yeah, where's his name? Agrona. Yes, Agrona. Yeah, we know why she didn't say anything. It was for the. Oh, hold on. I have to take this call. Hold on. Okay, I am back. I am sorry. If no one's here, I understand. I completely understand. I'm sorry. Important phone call. I had to take it. It wasn't that long, was it? Yeah, it was 6 minutes. That was a long time. I'm sorry. Let me turn this up. I'll just hurry up and finish up, and then we can get out of here. Dang, where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? All right, you were here. Dang it. I left off with something. I finished my first point, but I think I was bringing up something else, but I didn't get to my second point because my second point is not what I was going to talk about. Yes, Agrina. So we you get to Agrina. Well, you get the name drop finally of Agrina and just how scummy the King Graysunder is. He's sitting there. He's drunk, carrying on with his wife, all this stuff, and then he's like, "Yeah, man, if I wouldn't have got crippled by that, she doesn't know about that because that's when I cheated on her." She's just like, "You're trash. You're complete trash. It's just okay, you're 1000% trash." And then I was like, I don't want to see them have sex. I don't want to see this. Get this off my screen. I'm glad if I'm pretty sure. What's up, Henry? I'm pretty sure this guy that came in is with Winsome because you finally get the reveal that Winsome is here. I'll talk about Byron in a second. It's not one of my points, but I have to mention it. It really did. You already hated him from the last chapter, and then you get this, and it's just oh yeah, you deserve to die. I'm glad he showed up. He got bodied. I'm so glad it happened. I'm so glad the Lances showed up, and it's when Winsome was talking about it, how the difference between the Asuras and the people in Dicathan and the Lances. It's just this guy came in here and curb stomped the Lances. They couldn't do anything. So, the Lances are supposed to be either some of the strongest or the strongest individuals in Dicathan. And they got curb stomped. So, if this guy is any indication of the type of opposition we might end up facing coming from Alakra. Hold on. Oh, I didn't even think about that. So it's if that's in if this or if what we saw is any indication of the opposition that we're going to be facing, then it's just yeah, Art, you know what? You love your family. Virion has taken them. He's put them somewhere. You got to go. It's time to go. It's time to train. We got to do everything because if this is an indication of what the war to come might look like how strong these people might be, you got to do everything you possibly could. You have to. Before I was kind of hesitant on it maybe, but no. It's damn, it's you got to go. You can't just sit on the sideline. You literally have to go. That's nuts. It's just we've been floating around here for a while, and then something comes from all the way up here and just says, and it's just okay, I'll go up there. I wanted to stay around here for a while. I didn't want to go over there. All right. I want to mention. I'm guessing the oath that they have might link the Lances' lives to their kings, which is why it was removed. That's a good call. That's something I didn't even think about. That's a really good call. My question: did that guy? We never got a name for him. We didn't get a name for him. We're gonna call him. I don't know. I can't think of a name for him. But he took their rings, right? So it's his design is cool as hell too. But he took their rings, right? Did he keep them? Did he discard them? I don't know what he ended up doing. Yeah, Sparky Boom Man. There we go. I seen that when his forehead lit up and it did a blast. I was like, Sparky, Sparky, Boom Man. Avatar reference yet again. Never fails. But so Sparky, Sparky, Boom Man. He shows up. Then we finally get Winsome to show up, and it's interesting that Art possibly was waiting for him. And I don't know why I let the idea of Winsome showing up in this situation slip through my hands or slip out of my mind. But for Art to be like, I was kind of waiting on you to show up because this is kind of like an unwinnable situation for me. I'm going to need someone to just like completely just step in right now. And you finally did it. Thank you. She looked bad in this panel, right? Not like bad, like, oh no, they're bad, like bad. After the reveal of the two kings' corruptions, I kind of expected it. I didn't see it coming. I felt like a Muppet. I was like, oh man, Winsome! I was excited, and he had Sylvie with him. I'm like, yes. Now, what I wonder is there any possibility of Winsome working with Aldrin? How do I pronounce his name? It's Aldwin. Aldwin. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is there any possibility of Winsome possibly? Yeah, I did. I talked about Bastard already. I did. But is there any possibility that Winsome might work with the airlifts, since they're the only ones that weren't persuaded by by the enticing offer that was presented to them by Agrina? I wonder if there's a possibility. Maybe there could be some sort of council, maybe. So like a conversation between like the kings and the lances, Art and Winsome as well. Maybe, I don't know. I could see it. You're true. I could see it, but maybe not right now. Also, Byron, 1000%. I understand. Like, I get his character. I understand it. He makes it hard. He makes it hard to like him. I want to like him. I'm trying to like him. But the way that he's still acting, granted, you're not just supposed to get over things overnight. I'm not expecting him to do that whatsoever. But what was very telling to me was when he's like manhandling Art and tossing him around and doing all these things, and Art he's just like, yeah, I get it, you're mad, but like Lucas did do this, and he did do that, and he did do this, and there was no rebuttal. That's why I'm just like, yeah, just like you're pissed off because like your little brother was completely dunked on terribly. Like, I get it. I understand. But it's like you have no answer for that because Lucas did do those things. It's like, as much as you want to lift him up in your eyes as your little brother is your little brother, he did betray. He did cause people to die. He was responsible. If Art didn't step in, he would have killed more people. Like, these things would have happened. And like, what it makes me wonder what possibly would have happened if. So it's like he shows up and Art's doing that to Lucas and he flips the script. He goes nuts. Understandable. This is a good hypothetical. It's a good hypothetical. If Art didn't step in and Byron shows up while Lucas is causing havoc, what do you think he does? Do you think he hesitates? Do you think he takes out Lucas? Do you think he tries to defuse the situation or try to neutralize him? Take out, I mean kill. Neutralize, I mean like apprehend. I should use a better word. What do you think he tries to do? Do you think he gets on the scene, tries to talk to Lucas, ends up maybe someone else might get caught up in something that he could have stopped, and then he does something? I don't know. I like, for me, like, I think he might hesitate. He might try to say something like, Lucas, what are you doing? While Lucas like is going on a rampage. And then I think he might, I don't think he kills him. I think he might try to knock him out. I think that's possible. Or he captures him, or he apprehends him, does something to limit his mobility so that they could take him into custody. Maybe. But I just wonder. Like, I wonder how that would go. Because the dad like Byron brought Lucas's body back and was like, why'd you bring this thing back to me? So I can't imagine their dad's reaction if you then introduce the factor of Lucas betrayed the entire country. Like, what does their dad do then? See, now it's like I hate Lucas and I'm glad he's gone. But I kind of wish I could have seen that. I will take what we got over that, but I wouldn't have minded seeing that. Excuse me. What was my last point? I talked about it already. My last point was about Winsome. Just like what's next, and I think it's either have some sort of council, maybe talk about something, or he's just here to take Art and Sylvie back to what land? What land is he? Is he from? The Asurs are from. It's Alakra. They're both from that same land, or are one of them from that land? I remembered for like a week. It's been like a month since then. I don't remember no more. I have to reread. The Alakra are a people. No, Alakra is a land. Fudge. I don't remember. Draconic, you. I think you know. Or if Enryu's still here, Enryu definitely 100% knows. But that's all I got. Ephetus, thank you. Ephetus. It's either he takes Art to Ephetus, or he has some sort of conversation. Maybe he stays here. Oh crap, I forgot about my hero. Dang it. Dang it. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. I completely Alakra is the other continent with humans. At least we assume they are. Okay. Yeah, so it's Stikathan, Alakra, and Ephetus. And then there's the people that split off. What was the name of them again? It was the Vitra. No, it's not Vitra because it's VRI. Vritra. You know what I'm trying to say. They're the ones that split off, and they're the ones that are meddling. Got it. All right. I love this series. I'm gonna do a reread, and I feel like I'm gonna do a reread and take notes, because for a lot of other series, I'm noticing this with the things that I've been doing with in this book club. I'm having a tough time remembering like details. I'm remembering like broad brush strokes of the series, but details I'm very like miffed on because I've only read them once and I'm reading them in gigantic chunks at a time. The things that I know a lot about are the things that I've read like week to week or volume to volume, like stuff like that over the course of years. So it's like I can go back and reread them, so it's like I'm more knowledgeable in those things. And I'm just like, I love Omniscient Reader. I'm at the point where it's just like I don't remember stuff from the beginning of the series. Same thing with the beginning after the end. It's like when I'm really thinking about it, like what do I remember like from the first 30 chapters of the beginning after the end? And it's like I remember the broad brushstrokes. He's reborn. He's an active baby. all this, it's all of these things which just like I remember broad brushstrokes, but I don't remember the tiny things. So I do need to like go back and like fully reread, like start from scratch, reread, and like take my time with it so that I can commit a lot more things to memory. I have to do that. I have to do the same thing for Black Clover as well, because like how much I love Black Clover, I know nothing about Black Clover. And it was irritating. Like as I was like today, I was going through it, and I'm like, dude, I don't know anything. I was like, with all of the Shonen Jump series that I've read week to week, like from Naruto to Bleach to checking in on One Piece, I know more about One Piece and its world structure than Black Clover. And I don't read One Piece because it's been so many years of me just popping back and forth in and out. And it's just like, as much as I'm loving Black Clover, I'm switching over to Black Clover now. As much as I'm loving Black Clover, I know next to nothing about Black Clover, and it's very annoying. Like it really was aggravating because I'm trying to like recall things that they're talking about, and I'm just like, I have no idea. Like when they introduced the, what is it called that Cisco Leon was doing? What was it called? I should have wrote it down. I didn't. The Mana Zone. I'm just like, all right, Mana Zone. I was like, I didn't know that we could never do that. That it was one of those things where I'm sitting there like it makes sense when they explain it in diagram of magic goes this way in the direction that you're facing and that you're casting it in. And it's just like you use the Mana Zone and you can make magic go from every other direction. And I'm just like, I didn't know that was like not a thing until I really had to sit there and like, yeah, now that I think about it, everything has always been directional, or it's always been casted from a certain direction and always went from left to right or right to left or from down to up or up to down. Like it's always done that. And it's just like, I was kind of frustrated. So I really need to go back. Like I know nothing. It's upsetting how much I don't know about Black Clover, and I'm 130 chapters into it. It's like I know character names sometimes. I don't even remember all the names of the different brigades. I know the Clover Kingdom, I know the Diamond Kingdom, and sometimes I even forget Julius's name. It's very annoying. It's very annoying, and it's just like I love this series, and if you quizzed me on the series, I'd get like 2 questions right, and I want to get all the questions right. So so I'm gonna be doing like a reread of all these things that we've been plugging and that we've been plugging in the book club. So that's Omniscient Reader as well. I don't remember much of anything about the first 30 chapters in Omniscient Reader. Bastard is easier because Bastard is just like, it's a very simple story. Like there's not that much going on. Bastard has 1, 2, 3, 4 characters that you really follow, and the 4th character is the dad that you pop in and out with, and Manny's another character you just pop in and out with. Spend the most time with Jin and Kun now, and it's just like there's not much there. It's a really good story. I like how it's written, but there's not a lot to like latch on to as far as like there's 30 people on the screen at one time, and they all have different power sets, and they're all doing different things, and they're all doing combination attacks, and it's just like I have no idea. Like I'm sitting there reading the luck fight when they're fighting after what chapter was that? I don't remember. There's either 131 or 132, and Luck does like this bike thing, and I'm like, I've never seen Luck do that before. And then I'm like, I think I remember seeing someone else do this, and I'm like, they did a combo attack. And then I get to that page, it's like, yes, it's a combo attack. But I'm just like, why am I jumping through hoops? I should just remember this. It's a lot of that. It is a lot of that. So I have to do like rereading. Unless they stand out, I just label them as background character. That makes sense. For me, I just want to know all the characters. Like especially if I really love a series, I really want to know everything about it. Like I want to understand everything about it. I want to know everything I possibly can about it. Like I want to know the details that don't really I want to know the details that really don't even matter. Like this is just like fun fact. This actually happened, and it's just like, oh, okay. I want to know that stuff. I don't remember none of that. But my points. I wanted to talk about Black Clover. The fact that it ended in a draw. I was like, that sucks, because that meant Asta can move on to the finals. I was like, boo. The only character worth knowing is how do you pronounce it's Mario Leona. So it's Mario Leona. Cisco Leone. And if you call her that, she gets upset. I love her. I love her. Like, she's great. She's legit great. For like 2 pages when she was first introduced, I was like, I don't like her. And then like the 3rd page, I was like, okay, I like her. And then I'm like, absolutely, like, I love like her. Like, it's legit. It's like you took away Fuego Leon, which it was the same thing. I hated Fuego Leon for like a chapter, and then I'm like, I love Fuego Leon, and then you almost kill Fuego Leon, and then you sideline him, and I'm just like, void. There's a void, and then like you finally get some more Yami stuff, and I'm like, Yami's my new favorite character. But then you do the same thing with her, and I'm just like, all right, I kind of hate her, and then I'm like, I love her, and then I'm like, yeah, I think she might be tied with Yami for being my favorite character. It might be her and Yami, like S tier, and then everything else under. She's good. I just, whenever her gag, when she comes around, knocks people in their face, and then she just kidnaps people. It's the funniest. But then when you finally have a chance to have a conversation with her, she'll give you some really good insight. I need to clean my glasses. Oh my gosh. She gives you some like really good insight, and I'm like, I love her. I love her so much. Like, whenever it was time to gather all the royal knights, she busts the wall down, punches Asta in the face. Says, you need to drink this. He was like, isn't that the stuff that makes your throat burn? He's like, I'm good on that. And then she says something else, and then she's like, oh yeah, I'm taking these 3. And she just grabs them. It's like, why? Like, what's happening? Good. She's great. I don't even have any other points, if I'm being honest. Like, she stole volume 15. She absolutely stole volume 15. She's great. I love her. Tabata is one of the few mangakas in Shonen Jump to actually write good female characters. Yeah, they're all strong. They're definitely all strong. I have other points. It's just like if you look at my notes, like, I put a draw in lowercase. I put Cisco Leone is my life in all uppercase. And then my 3rd point was just to talk about Henry. I got to that panel, and I'm like, what am I looking at? Am I looking at like the hideout turning into a Megazord? What am I looking at? I need to look at it again. I saved this panel. It actually, because their hideout, it looks like it's a black bull. I'm not ignorant, but when I'm looking at it, I'm like, why does this look like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord? That's what it looked like. It just looked like it looked like a Megazord. And I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. But it's cool to have Henry there, and it's just like something that was never even like a big focus. It was never even a big focus, but I do remember like reading and them talking about. Excuse me. I do remember reading and them talking about yeah, like, if you don't pay attention, this place moves around. There's a ghost. But go. And then it's just, you find out like, no, Yami just made it. He struck a deal with a dying man, with a very sickly and dying man, and he's just been inside of the place, not interacting with anyone. Now my question is, how come he hasn't been interacting? He just needed their mana just to be alone, and it's just like, okay, like, it's just like, all right, like, he could have definitely 100% like had some cool friends and actually have them know who you are. It was cool seeing Gray and Gordon, or Gordon. I'm gonna call him Gordon. Gray and Gordon do some things and actually like speak up instead of having speech bubbles. It really wasn't. Yami basically rolled. He basically rolled up and was like, "I'm living here now." Like he's like, one, he was like, "I need a place to stay." Two, I don't want to live anywhere where someone died in this place. That's creepy. Three, deal with it because it looks like you just need some people to be around. And there you go. He's a simple man, and that's why Yami is the best. He's a simple man. Very simple. I do love when Cisco Leone shows up. He's like, time to go. It's time to leave. What else am I supposed to talk about? It's just like there's been so like that volume 15 had so many like big moments, like the hideout turning into a gigantic raging bull, the introduction of Henry, Cisco Leone, having like, what is it called? Fusion magic, combining magic. What was the name of it? Hold on, I can just pull this up. Instead of guessing, it is called Spirit Assimilation Spirit Drive. Yes, that's what it's called. Yeah, any fight I really want to talk about. Like, Yuno's dope. Yuno's dope. Yuno's one of my favorite characters. I made a character ranking like a couple of streams ago, and I don't even remember what order I put them in, but Yuno, I really like Yuno. The fact that Yuno's able to use Monozone already, freaking dope. I wonder if there's any other individuals that use Monozone. Like maybe if you go back and reread, you might see it instead of them explaining it to you. I wonder. I do. A little bit of Grand Gordon's backstory, yeah. It felt like maybe they could have had a little bit more. They both got like their one panel right next to each other, and I granted it's because like I don't it's like yeah, they're very lesser characters. I'm kind of a Yuno hater, but I will admit that he does have one of the best fights in the series. I love Yuno. Why you hate it? I'm not gonna ask why. I don't want to know. I like Yuno. I do. I don't know why I do. I just do. Like if you asked me to give you a reason why I like him, I couldn't tell you. I just do. I did. I have no reason why I like him that much. As much as I do, I have no reason why I like him that much. I just do. Was there one more thing I wanted to talk about? What's the name of the captain that what's the name of the captain that partook in the, is that a bug flying or is that a spider? It's a spider. Do I want to get up? There's the captain that participated in the tournament. His name is, it's 4 letters. It's not Bill. Is it Bill? Bills? Gills? Thrills? Chills? Grills? Grill. Okay, I'm like, it's something. I'm like, it's something. I'm like, it's 4 letters, 5 letters, maybe it's 4 letters. Real. I like his abilities. He's a fun character. I want to see more of him. I think it's funny that he got selected to be a royal knight. I think that's hilarious. He actually participated, was accepted, and he essentially lost like by technicality, and got selected. It's funny, really funny. Asta having a tiny robe, that was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It makes sense. He moves around a lot. He has a big sword and everything. Makes sense, but it was absolutely ridiculous, and it made me laugh. Just not a big fan of his personality. Okay. His generic power fantasy. Gotcha. None of that stuff rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. What else? I don't think there is anything else. Yeah. It's like everyone looked really cool. And Asta just got a freaking bib. That's what it looked like. I was like, why does he get a bib? Oh, no, that was the Real made that. I was like, that monstrosity of a thing when he was fighting Yuno. I was like, dude, he's just going crazy with the things that he's painting. It was like really, it was dope, but I'm like, those are like, oh. And a quick talk about the Eyes of the Midnight Sun. Raya, that's his name. Raya, I definitely enjoyed getting the backstory just a little bit on him. I don't know how I feel about Raya, because he's like very dark and demented. And he's very twisted. So it's like I don't know how to feel. But Cisco Leone destroyed him. I don't know if he's completely done yet, but she destroyed him. But I did appreciate his backstory. I did appreciate it. I really did. Can't change the look of the main character. People might like it. I never understood that. I understand why in these series characters don't change their wardrobe that much, because it's a pain in the rear end. Like, as a mangaka, do I want to continue drawing so many different outfits for my main characters, or can I just pick something, have it stay the same, get really good at drawing it, so I can just do it really fast instead of changing the clothes constantly and then having to figure? It's just like, I understand it, but I would love it if we could get more characters changing their apparel from arc to arc, or chapter to chapter, or scene to scene, or day to day. I'd like that. It's like, it's clear. It's like in My Hero, it's easy because they're in school and they wear a uniform. Cool. Like, you don't have to worry about that. The hero costumes really don't change that much. Gotcha. Black Clover, like, they're not all particularly like rich and stuff. They wear the same clothes. It's just like stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I just want everyone to wear the team jerseys. Yeah, the Akatsuki made group uniforms cool. I agree. If you all look the same and you're all drippy, yes. I wish like the emblem or something might have been like a little bigger, or had a little more flair on the cloak. Oh, how can I not talk about Zara? I was gonna say Zoro. That's not Zoro. Zara. Zora. I gotta talk about Zora. I just wanted to mention Zora. That's it. I don't think a group uniform fit the Black Bull style. The Royal Knights. Ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah, Zora. Pretty cool. I think it was like I don't want to say it was telegraphed. You know, something that took me forever to figure out. Ooh, drop it. Let me know. I peeped whenever we were going through like Zora's like backstory, and he was like the crazy captain. I was like, Yami, he was a black bull. I was like, he's a black bull, and then he pops up in the wearing the emblem. I'm like, yep, he was a black bull. I need to log in. I lost my daily streak. I bet I did. Dang it. I bet I lost it. The reason it took Yuno so long to get the uniform is because he kept on sending money Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, wow. I did from the moment he first. No, I didn't guess when he first appeared, but when they finally threw it in your face, I was like, oh, yeah. Yep, I lost my daily login streak. Dang it. I was almost at a year. I'm upset. I didn't go to work today. I usually go to work in the morning and then I log in. I didn't go to work today, so out of my routine. I've been up and out all day long. Dang it. That's pretty cool though. I wonder if Asta sent any money back. I wonder if Asta gets any money. Does he? He's done a lot. I don't know. I don't know. Excuse me. That's all I got. He does. Okay. So I was like, I wonder if he gets money. I wonder if he sends money back. See, this is stuff I don't remember or I don't pick up on. I'm gonna reread. I'm gonna do a reread over like the next couple of weeks. You know, sent more money back because Asta sent his whole check. If I remember correctly, to compete about who can send the most. That's funny. That's funny. I gotta reread. I'm gonna call it at that. So the plan. See, I don't know if I'll be able to. The last 2 weeks I really haven't stuck to the reading schedule, but I don't know for sure if I'm gonna stick to the reading schedule this week. It's just a lot's gonna be happening at the end of the week. As far as like family stuff, so kind of gonna be like all hands on deck for most of the weekend. There might be a possibility I might not stream at all this weekend, just helping out with things. But I'm gonna try to keep to the schedule. So the plan is to read Bastard on Thursday. We'll stream Omniscient Reader. I always feel like I need to bring up Omniscient Reader because it started off here, but stream Omniscient Reader on Thursday. There's a chance I'll be able to stream Omniscient Reader but not read Bastard because I'm going to go see Top Gun. So the plan is to read Bastard on Thursday, read The Beginning After the End on Friday. I don't know if that'll happen. I'm being very honest. I don't know. And Black Clover sometime over the weekend. Like it'll be tough. But we'll see. It's going to be volume 16 of Black Clover. It's going to be the next chapter, The Beginning After the End, 147. And 61 to 70 for Bastard. I want to say 61 to 70. Bastard. Yeah, 61 to 70. We're almost done. Almost done with Bastard. Maybe like 2 more streams left, possibly, maybe 3. Yeah, so that's the plan. I will ping the book club group in the Discord if anything changes. And that's all I got. So thank you guys. Have fun on your trip. Have fun on your trip, Draconic. And yeah, Dexter, you're on vacation. Jealous. Have a good rest of your Tuesday or Wednesday, wherever you are. Have a good rest of your week, good weekend, and hopefully, God willing, I see you guys in the Discord, or I see you next Tuesday for episode 16. The episode 16 of Book Club. So thank you again. I'll see ya. Peace out.